finding jobs, I want to tell you something that honestly, if somebody told me in my 20s, I probably would have been better off for the rest of my career. You ready? All job titles are completely made up. All job titles are completely made up. And if you have found yourself chasing job titles, well, now I need to be a VP because I'm a manager. Now I want to be a director next because it doesn't ignore that. Please abandon that thought because every company, they can call their job postings whatever they want. And that means if you're not being versatile about your search, if you're not thinking about all the things that your role could be called, you're probably missing out on really great jobs. Let me give you an example that'll make this really, really obvious. So the titles on the screen right now are the same job, if you ask me, right? If you asked any recruiter, they'd be like, that's what we call it here, right? Well, if you said, no, I'm an office assistant, but this isn't, right? People get so hung up. Exactly, Carla. And so what happens here is they call it that because they've always called it that. But where they're putting themselves at a disadvantage is that those numbers next to each of those titles, that's how often those are searched each month. So it means if you're not typing in that job title, you're probably not even finding that job. And Mary, to answer your quick question, because I do see it, is no, there are no rules to job titles. The only place where there are rules are local government, is my understanding, honestly. And outside of that, any private company, even a publicly traded company, can call every role exactly what they want. And so before we even get to the job posting, let's talk about how you can find more titles to make sure that your search is as broad as it should be. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. Melissa is going to put this link in the chat so you don't have to get your phone out and clunkily try to scan a QR code. I put it there for the people watching on replay. So you are going to use this job title generator. And what I love about it is at the top, you can just write down what you love to do. So it looks a little bit like this. I went ahead and opened it so I could just show you. All right, this is what it will look like. Here at the top, I just want you to enter the work you love. I love organizing files. I love collaborating with finance teams. I love, being the go-to for such and such. I mean, literally, I just want you to take a minute and ask yourself, what do I love? What makes me happy? What is using my skills well? All right. And I just want you to type that in at the top. And what's so awesome about this is that it will spit out alternative job titles for you. So you type in all those skills and it'll say, based on these skills and what we know of all the job postings in the world, here's a list of 3 job titles that this role could go by. It might truly open your mind to some jobs you've never even thought about. Okay. And what I love about this too is it's really great for students. So if any of you have kids who are maybe leaving high school, leaving college, and they're just not sure of the path that they could or should take, I love this tool for that. Completely free. And yes, a really good use of some of the free AI tools that are out there and the free AI platforms where you can create things. The next thing I want to show you, and this is written down on the slide when you go back there, is that you can also look for job pathing by searches, okay? So what I mean by that is if you want to see what people like you have done for their whole career, I want you to start at the end, all right? So for example, you might say CMO resume, CHRO resume examples. You're going to Google that and click on the image search results, and what you're going to get are CHRO resumes. And you can review those for alternative job titles. Be able to look at it and see the different titles that they've used. Last one, Google Trends, trends.google.com. You'll be able to compare the search volume on those titles, and you're going to use the one that gets the most search volume for your LinkedIn headline. And we're going to talk about that at the end. So keep Google Trends in the back of your mind. This is one of those tools that I find myself referring back to all the time because it's a really good directional tool. It'll tell you which one is getting more search than another one. And what's amazing is often it's just a matter of swapping out words that makes something a higher volume. Look at this, talent acquisition manager versus manager of talent acquisition. Okay. This is just literally changing order. Look at the difference in the search volume here. That's 6 times the search volume is what that's